The leopard, one of the rarest wild cats, is a symbol of strength and mystery in the animal world. With its distinctive light yellow coat dotted with black spots, this leopard not only stands out for its appearance, but also for its refined hunting skills and high adaptability to harsh environments. What happens when they pick the wrong opponent? This video will take you through the strangest and most unexpected battles of the leopard in the wild, where the predator can suddenly become the prey. Get ready to be immersed in the wildlife, where strength and brutality reign supreme. In the forests and savannas of Africa, baboons and leopards often cross paths in daily life. Baboons live in large organized troops and stay alert to danger at all times. Their sharp vision and hearing help them spot predators from far away. Leopards, on the other hand, are solitary hunters that quietly stalk their prey. They wait for the right moment, especially when a baboon lets its guard down or a young one strays. These encounters are a regular part of nature, where one mistake can mean life or death. The leopard quietly approaches the stream, where a troop of baboons has taken over the area. Driven by thirst, it risks entering this dangerous zone, but the loud noise from the baboons keeps it on alert. As soon as it lowers its head to drink, the calm breaks. The baboons quickly spot the unwelcome guest. They scream and charge with clear aggression. Outnumbered and overwhelmed by their hostile energy, the leopard has no choice. It leaves the water behind and retreats into the forest, away from the angry troop. With light steps like floating over grass, the leopard quietly moves toward its prey. Its cold, sharp eyes lock onto a baboon busy digging for food, completely unaware. Just a few steps away, the leopard suddenly bursts forward like an arrow. The baboon lets out a startled cry but is taken down instantly by a lightning-fast pounce. It all happens in a flash. The predator doesn't waste a second, securing the kill with precision. In the harsh wild, the leopard once again proves it's the silent master of the hunt. The leopard suddenly charges into a troop of baboons, targeting a young one separated from its mother. It expects an easy catch, but things quickly spiral out of control. Instead of panicking, the baboons regroup and fight back from all sides. Sharp fangs, claws, and furious screams form a chaotic circle around the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard is overwhelmed and retreats into the forest. But the baboons don't stop. They chase after it, determined to teach the hunter a lesson it won't forget. Hidden beneath thick grass, the leopard stays still like a shadow, eyes locked on a lone baboon approaching. When the distance is just right, it launches like an... First up is the hyena. In the wild, hyenas are often misunderstood as scavengers, but in reality, they're tough, organized hunters. Living in strict hierarchies, hyena packs can take down prey much larger than themselves. Their teamwork and ambush tactics are highly effective. They have incredibly strong jaws, able to crush bone, and their eerie laughter often signals that death is near. In contrast, the leopard is a silent lone predator. It doesn't attack head-on. It hides, strikes fast, then disappears. Even with its strength and hunting skill, the leopard stays cautious around hyenas, especially when alone on open ground. Clashes between these two are battles of brains and brute force. One relies on deadly silence, the other on overwhelming numbers and grit. In a world where only the adaptable survive, every leopard-hyena encounter is a fight with no room for mercy. With footsteps light as air, the leopard silently creeps toward a lone hyena. Distracted and without its pack, the hyena doesn't sense the danger. The leopard waits for the perfect moment. Then it bolts like an arrow through the wind. The powerful pounce lands hard. Its sharp teeth lock onto a vital spot. The hyena collapses after a few seconds of struggle. Wasting no time, the leopard drags the carcass up a tree. There, away from other predators, the meal becomes its private prize. A dramatic showdown unfolds on the grassland as a leopard spots a hyena trying to drag off a kill it had already marked. With superior speed and incredible agility, the leopard charges in. It strikes with its claws and lands a direct hit. Stunned by the fierce attack, the hyena retreats, leaving the carcass behind. Wasting no time, the leopard grabs the prey and climbs up a tall tree. Below, the hyena watches in shock, powerless to take back what was just stolen by a faster, bolder rival. With its prey clamped in its jaws, the leopard quickly drags the kill away. But it doesn't get far before two aggressive hyenas spot it. Fast and reckless as always, they charge in hard. The leopard has to drop the kill to save itself. Outnumbered, it retreats into the bushes. But a predator's instinct doesn't give up easily. When the hyenas let their guard down, the leopard suddenly returns to reclaim its meal. The hyenas react fast. They snarl and chase the leopard deep into the forest. They guard the stolen prize fiercely, sending a clear message. In this harsh land, there's no room for hesitation or weakness. While patrolling its usual hunting grounds, the leopard spots a brown hyena quietly entering its territory. Without hesitation, it charges forward at lightning speed, growling in warning. And the leopard just proved it will defend its land at all costs. On the dry grassland, a tense standoff unfolds between a leopard and a hyena over a fresh kill. The leopard made the kill first, but the noise draws in an opportunist. The hyena shows up, growling and moving in with bold steps. The leopard tries to hold onto its prize, but the hyena's stubbornness and aggression shift the balance. In a split second, the hyena snatches the carcass and drags it away. The leopard is left staring, powerless and stunned. Finally, the hedgehog, with its sharp spines and the ability to curl into a protective ball, is a superb defender. However, when facing the leopard, a swift and skilled predator, the hedgehog will face a great challenge. Although the hedgehog's spines can be difficult to deal with, the leopard, with its precise attacking skills, can easily find weak spots and overcome the hedgehog's defenses. By the roadside, a family of hedgehogs moved slowly, searching for food. Suddenly, a leopard appeared, approaching with a cold, predatory gaze. It quickly targeted the young hedgehog, a small prey, seemingly easy to devour. However, the father and mother hedgehogs immediately reacted. Both charged forward, enveloping their young in a living wall of spines, an impenetrable defense. Each strike from the leopard was blocked by hundreds of sharp spines. The hunger drove the leopard to become reckless, but the retaliatory strikes from the hedgehog's spines caused it to be wounded repeatedly. Gradually, its strength waned, and the leopard had no choice but to retreat, abandoning the meal it had once thought would be easy. Once again, resilience and family bonds saved the tiny life in the deep forest. In the Sahara Desert, under the scorching heat, two leopards wandered, searching for prey. This time, their target was two tiny hedgehogs. As the leopards moved closer with the intent to attack, the hedgehogs immediately huddled together, erecting a wall of sharp spines for defense. The leopards repeatedly pounced lightly, testing for weaknesses in the defensive barrier, but the dense and sturdy spines kept them from getting close. In the end, the leopards were left powerless, watching as the prey slowly retreated into the scorching desert heat with a look of regret in their eyes. The leopard, desperate from hunger after a long period of unsuccessful hunting, recklessly attacked a hedgehog. Unaware of the danger, it used its paws and teeth to strike, only to be pierced deeply by the sharp spines of the hedgehog. In pain, it withdrew, then returned with renewed determination to kill the prey despite its injuries. The hedgehog's spines have tiny barbed tips that easily penetrate but are incredibly difficult to remove, making it impossible for the leopard to dislodge them. Though the hedgehog didn't shoot its spines, just a simple touch causes them to burrow deep into the predator's flesh. Many predators, having experienced this danger, tend to avoid hedgehogs. Pierced through the tissues and unable to handle the damage, the leopard suffered excruciating pain. Although it eventually killed the hedgehog to eat, a few days later, it was found dead from infection and exhaustion. A tragic end for a predator defeated by its tiny prey. Next, the wild boar, with its thick fur and sharp tusks, is a strong and stubborn animal, known for its endurance and ability to fight back when threatened. It can defend itself with powerful attacks, especially when facing predators. However, when facing the leopard, a swift and powerful predator, the wild boar will face a significant challenge. The leopard, with its ability to strike unexpectedly and its agility, can easily find the wild boar's weak spots. Despite the wild boar's strength and resilience, the leopard remains a formidable challenge in this life and death battle. From above, the leopard suddenly pounced like a living arrow, seizing the wild boar. The surprise attack left the boar stunned, but with its strong survival instincts, it immediately retaliated fiercely, using its strength and sharp tusks to fight back relentlessly, turning the hunt into a brutal confrontation between predator and prey. The leopard clamped tightly onto the wild boar's neck, forcing it down to the ground, denying the prey any chance to resist. The wild boar, in pain, desperately struggled, kicking up a cloud of dust, turning the area white. But the deep wound and its weakening strength caused it to collapse. In the end, the wild boar became the leopard's prey, an inevitable outcome in the wild world. While passing through a dense forest, the leopard inadvertently got too close to a wild boar's den. Suddenly, from the dark cave, an adult wild boar charged out with ferocity, chasing and attacking with relentless force. The violent charges and loud roars sent the leopard into a panic. Caught off guard by a strong and aggressive opponent, the leopard quickly turned and fled, disappearing into the thick foliage. It seemed the encounter was over, but what no one expected happened. A short time later, the leopard silently returned. Taking advantage of the moment when the adult boar was absent, it stealthily entered the den. With its agility and calculating hunting instincts, it carried off a weak, defenseless piglet as its prize and disappeared deep into the forest, taking the prey back to its lair. The cheetah is the speed king of the savannah, known for its slender frame, long legs, and the ability to hit 100 km/h in just seconds. It hunts in open grasslands where speed and precision are key to survival. With a perfect burst, its prey is caught beneath the claws of the fastest cat on earth. But if the cheetah hunts with speed and light, the leopard hunts from the shadows. No noise, no chasing, just a silent approach from above or through the brush, followed by a deadly bite. With a strong build and superb climbing skills, the leopard can even drag its kill up into a tree to avoid thieves. Two big cats, two very different strategies, both born hunters. One, a living arrow tearing through the plains. The other, a quiet ghost in the deep forest. On the vast, unforgiving savanna, a heartbreaking clash fueled by raw survival instincts unfolded. A leopard silently approached, then suddenly lunged at a weak cheetah cub that had just wandered from its mother's side. Without hesitation, the mother cheetah leapt forward, growling fiercely, throwing everything she had into protecting her young. But the leopard didn't back down. With chilling calm and overwhelming strength, it shifted its focus to the mother, the only obstacle in its path. A fleeting but painful moment that revealed the harsh truth of the wild, where even the sacred bond of motherhood can be broken by nature's ruthless law. In the dry wilderness, a leopard found itself in a dangerous trap, suddenly surrounded by two cheetahs closing in from both sides. With lightning speed and bold coordination, the cheetah pair surged forward like two living arrows, launching relentless attacks to overwhelm their lone opponent. Caught off guard, the leopard backed away, growling defensively in a losing stance. But with the tightening circle and overwhelming force from both attackers, it had no choice but to submit, lying still in defeat in an uneven showdown. My legs had dropped out from under me because they had creeped into a helpless posture. It was as if I were fussing or On the sun-scorched savanna, a leopard silently tracked a lone jackal. Eyes cold, body tense with power, it waited patiently for the perfect moment. When the jackal stepped into range, the leopard struck like lightning. One swift pounce, a fatal bite to the neck, the jackal never had a chance. In seconds, the hunt was over. The leopard grabbed its kill and quietly disappeared, leaving only a faint trail of blood fading into the heat of the wild. Spotting a wild boar carcass in the dry grass, a pack of jackals moved in, hoping for a free meal. But they didn't know the real predator was watching from the shadows. Suddenly, a leopard burst from the bushes, growling and attacking the intruders without warning. What followed was a fierce fight, snarls, lunges, and chaos. With raw power and cold precision, the leopard drove the jackals away, securing its meal and keeping the scavengers at bay. On the scorching desert floor, a wild dog lay sound asleep under the burning sun, unaware of the danger closing in. From a distance, a leopard moved in silently, each step light as air, eyes locked onto its careless prey. Once within striking range, it lunged without hesitation. The attack was precise, hitting a weak spot. In seconds, it became the latest kill of the silent predator, the leopard. In the thick bush, a wild dog curled up under a tree, fast asleep in the midday heat. Not a sound, not a clue. But the calm was short-lived. A leopard, catching the scent of prey, crept in each step light as air, eyes locked on the sleeping target. Then, in a flash, it struck. The wild dog had no time to react. Trapped in the leopard's jaws, it was dragged away in seconds. Finally, we have the cheetah. In the wild, these two big cats share the harsh African savanna. But they survive using completely different strategies. The cheetah is unmatched in speed, going from 0 to 100 km/h in seconds. With a slim build and long legs, it's a blur of motion and a nightmare for weak prey. But speed isn't everything. In the shade, the leopard takes a different path. It does race across the grasslands, hunts with deadly patience, moving silently and striking at the perfect moment. One is lightning, the other is a shadow. They both hunt. They both live on the edge. But when they meet, which wins, speed or stealth? In the dry desert, a rare chase breaks out between two top predators. A cheetah, fast and fearless, suddenly charges at a leopard. The leopard gives up the area to the faster, bolder rival. On the dry ground of the wild, a leopard finds itself in sudden danger. Two cheetahs appear from opposite directions. With bold speed and teamwork, they launch a rapid attack. They try to overpower the lone predator. Caught off guard, the leopard growls and backs away. Surrounded and outmatched, it has no choice but to surrender and stay down. Out on the wild savanna, a brutal fight for survival unfolds. A leopard suddenly charges at a weak cub that strayed from its mother. The mother leaps in, risking everything to protect her young. She growls and stands her ground against the attacker. But the leopard doesn't back off. With cold precision and greater strength, it shifts focus to the mother. It strikes hard and brings her down. The fight is short but ruthless. It's a harsh reminder that in the wild, even a mother's love can't always beat a predator's power. A roar shatters the silence of the savanna. Two leopards suddenly clash in a fierce fight. Their spotted coats flash through the tall grass. Claws slash the air, and powerful strikes echo all around. It's a fight for territory, food, and the right to survive. Starting with the hyena, with its eerie laugh and relentless hunting instincts, it is one of the most fearsome animals in the wild. Although not as strong as lions or leopards, the hyena stands out for its intelligence and ability to hunt in packs. They succeed in hunting through coordinated tactics, focusing on weaker prey or stealing from other predators. However, when facing the leopard, a powerful and agile animal, the hyena faces a significant challenge. The leopard, with its perfect hunting skills and incredible speed, makes it difficult for the hyena to attack or steal from it. In these encounters, the leopard can easily overcome the hyena due to its strength and solitary combat abilities, forcing the hyena to hesitate and retreat. The leopard clamped tightly onto the prey and quickly climbed up the tree, escaping from the scavengers below. However, as it reached a high branch, a careless mistake caused the prey to slip from its jaws and fall to the ground. Immediately, a hyena waiting below rushed in, snatching the carcass and carrying it away. The leopard could only watch in astonishment and helplessness as its prize slipped out of reach. With lightning speed, the leopard suddenly charged, stealing the prey right from under the hyena's nose. Caught off guard, the hyena could only growl in frustration as the leopard swiftly grabbed the carcass and climbed up into the tall tree. On the safe branches, the leopard leisurely enjoyed its feast, keeping well out of reach of the scavengers below. The African wild dog, with its intelligent hunting tactics and exceptional pack coordination, is a formidable predator. However, when facing the leopard, a swift and cunning predator, they encounter a significant challenge. The leopard, with its superb attacking skills, can easily dodge the wild dog's attacks, making them cautious. Despite the wild dog's numbers, the leopard remains an extremely dangerous opponent. The pack of African wild dogs suddenly charged, attacking the leopard from all sides. Surrounded and alone, the leopard used all its strength to resist in desperate defense. One wild dog unexpectedly bit into its belly, causing excruciating pain as the leopard writhed in agony. Though its body bled and pain spread throughout, the leopard remained resilient, refusing to fall. After a breathless struggle, it found a gap and quickly leapt out of the trap, barely escaping with its life. On the edge of the forest, the leopard was suddenly attacked by a pack of African wild dogs. Although overwhelmed by their numbers, it courageously fought back with determination. In the struggle, the leopard seized the opportunity to land a deadly blow, taking down one of the wild dogs, before immediately leaping up into the tall trees to escape. The brief battle ended with both loss and the sharp survival instincts of the solitary predator. And then, there's the lion ruler of the savannah, with a thunderous roar and unmatched power. Every step shakes the ground, warning rivals and striking fear into prey. But strength alone doesn't write every legend. Are you ready to witness this quiet but intense showdown? A lion quietly tracked a lone leopard, moving slowly but steadily to close the distance and wait for the right moment. But the leopard's sharp survival instincts kicked in. It sensed the danger. The moment it locked eyes with the stalking lion, it bolted. Using its speed and agility, the leopard dashed away and climbed up a nearby tree in seconds, leaving the lion below staring up, helpless. On the vast African savanna, wildebeests are relentless migrants, moving in huge herds to find water and food. They cross dry lands and face constant threats along the way. One of those threats is the leopard, a lone, fast, and patient predator. Leopards don't strike at random. They wait for the right moment, usually when a wildebeest is separated from the herd. Even though wildebeests are strong and quick, one slip can cost them everything. In this harsh land, where danger hides behind every bush, the battle between predator and prey never stops. And most of the time it's over in just a few seconds. Hidden in thick grass, the leopard watches a herd of wildebeests grazing ahead. It stays completely silent, body tense, waiting for the right moment to strike. Then, in a split second, it launches like an arrow. Sharp claws grab a young wildebeest standing near the edge of the herd. A loud cry echoes, and the herd panics, kicking up a storm of dust across the field. The leopard bites down on the prey's neck, giving it no chance to fight back. The hunt ends in just a few short seconds. From a shallow den, the leopard quietly creeps out, eyes locked on a young wildebeest nearby. Without making a sound, it crouches low and suddenly charges from behind. The calf panics, startled by the attack. But before the leopard can finish the strike, the mother spots it. She rushes in fast, head down, and drives her sharp horns straight at the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard backs off and quickly runs away. The hunt fails. Once again, a mother's instinct saves her calf from death. Hidden behind a rocky ledge, the leopard stays completely still. Its cold, sharp eyes track every step of a young wildebeest, unknowingly getting closer. It waits, patient and precise. As the calf walks past, the leopard strikes like lightning. In a split second, it lands a perfect pounce and grabs the prey in one clean move. No hesitation, no chance for the wildebeest to react. The ambush is fast, clean, and leaves no room for escape. Across the scorched savanna, a tense chase unfolds. The leopard sprints like a bullet, staying close behind a wildebeest trying to escape. In a split second, it leaps and brings the prey down hard. Wasting no time, the leopard bites into the wildebeest's neck, a fatal weak spot. The prey struggles in panic, but its strength fades quickly. Seconds later, it's over. The leopard wins. From a high tree branch, the leopard quietly watches the wildebeest herd below. Its eyes lock onto a lone calf that has wandered away. Sensing the moment, it jumps down and charges like lightning toward the target. But just as it gets ready to strike, a mother wildebeest suddenly charges in. Caught off guard by her fierce reaction, the leopard backs off. It leaps back into the tree and gives up the hunt. On a peaceful grassland, a herd of wildebeests grazes, unaware of the danger creeping closer. Not far away, a group of leopards silently moves in, each step quiet and careful. Once close enough, they all charge at once, launching a sudden attack. The wildebeests panic and scatter, but they're surrounded from all sides. The leopards move in sync, giving the prey no chance to escape. Despite its efforts to fight back, the wildebeest quickly tires and is brought down. The hunt ends and the prey becomes a meal for the entire leopard group. Across the vast grasslands of the African savanna, wildebeest symbolize endurance and herd unity. Thousands move together across dry terrain, constantly searching for water and fresh grazing land. But their journey is anything but safe. Hidden in the brush or perched in the trees, leopards watch their every move. They don't rush in, they wait for the right moment. A calf straying from the herd or a weak one falling behind. Wildebeest may be fast and tough, but even a split second of carelessness can turn fatal. In a land where survival is a second-by-second battle, every encounter between predator and prey is intense, and sometimes life is decided in an instant. From a shallow, rocky den, a leopard slipped out like a shadow. Its eyes locked onto a young antelope, busy grazing, unaware of the danger behind it. The leopard crouched low, moving in total silence, then suddenly sprang forward. The calf bolted in panic, but just as the final strike was about to land, the mother charged in like a storm. Head down, sharp horns aimed, she struck hard and fast. Caught off guard, the leopard backed off, then turned and fled. Once again, a mother's fierce defense saved her young from the claws of death. Pressed against a rocky ledge, the leopard stayed perfectly still, blending into the landscape with its spotted coat. Its cold eyes tracked every move of a young wildebeest, unknowingly drifting closer. There was no rush, only patience. Then, as the calf passed by, the leopard exploded from its hiding spot like a bolt of lightning. One flawless pounce brought the prey down before it even knew what hit it. The ambush ended in seconds, leaving the leopard with a hard-earned meal won through patience and deadly precision. On the dry, dusty plains, the air was thick with tension during a high-speed chase. A leopard sprinted at incredible speed, closing in on a wildebeest running for its life. In just moments, the leopard launched a powerful pounce, slamming the prey into the dirt. Without hesitation, it went straight for the neck, the most vital spot. The wildebeest struggled, but exhaustion took over fast. The chase ended in a clean, decisive win for the skilled predator. High in the dense canopy, a leopard watched silently, eyes locked on a herd of wildebeest moving below. It spotted a calf that had strayed from the group, a perfect target. Without hesitation, the leopard launched from the tree like a shadow, diving at terrifying speed. Faced with such bold resistance, the leopard backed off and leapt back into the tree, ending the hunt empty-handed. On the vast open plains, a herd of wildebeest grazed peacefully, unaware of the danger nearby. Hidden in the thick brush, a group of leopards moved in silent, calculated, each step bringing them closer without a sound. When the moment was right, they burst out like dark arrows, sending the herd into a panic. But the coordinated attack quickly formed a deadly trap. One wildebeest, separated from the group, fought back in desperation, but it was no match. The leopard's speed and strength brought it down fast. The hunt ended in seconds, leaving the prey behind as a hard-earned meal for the hungry pack. Hyenas are infamous carnivores, known for their eerie laughter and ruthless hunting instincts. They're not just scavengers, they're fierce warriors, bold enough to take on large prey and even challenge stronger predators. But they don't always have the upper hand. In the shadows, the leopard watches silently, No noise, no show, waiting for a single mistake to strike with deadly precision. Unlike hyenas that hunt in packs, the leopard works alone, striking with speed and chilling accuracy. When a leopard makes a kill and hauls it into a tree, the hyena clan can only snarl from below, frustrated and powerless as the meal slips out of reach. The clash between the hyena's brute persistence and the leopard's silent finesse is a battle with no mercy, one side trusting in numbers, the other relying on stealth and speed. Who will win this deadly game? A hyena is just about to enjoy its meal, fresh venison under a tree, when trouble stirs nearby. No rush, no sound. Step by silent step, it creeps closer to the tree where the hyena feasts. Caught off guard, the hyena panics and fights back. A fierce tug of war breaks out, but the leopard is quicker. Below, the hyena watches, frustrated, angry, but helpless. High above, the leopard is safe, savoring its stolen reward claimed with speed, strength, and sharp instinct. In the dead of night, a pack of hyenas tears into a carcass beneath a tree. Nearby, in the shadows, a leopard watches silently, waiting for the perfect moment. Then in a flash it strikes, rushing in to snatch the kill. A fierce struggle erupts, growls, snarls, and raw tension as neither side backs down. The carcass is torn in two. With lightning speed, the leopard grabs the larger portion and climbs into the safety of the trees, leaving the hyenas growling in frustration with what's left on the ground. A hyena creeps in, eyeing a leopard cub hiding behind the bushes. But in a flash, the mother leopard charges out without hesitation. A fierce roar breaks the silence. The two collide, claws and fangs clashing violently. The hyena fights back hard, but the leopard holds nothing back, defending her cub with everything she has. After a brutal showdown, the hyena is driven off, forced to abandon its attack and leave the territory behind. Out on the vast African plains, the buffalo stands like a living fortress. It's big, tough, and ready to fight to the end to protect its herd. With powerful curved horns and a strong sense of unity, it's one of the hardest animals to take down in the wild. But even these tough warriors can't ignore the danger from above. Leopards hide in trees or bushes, waiting for the perfect moment. In a flash, they strike with deadly speed and precision. The clash between the buffalo's strength and the leopard's cunning is always a wild and unpredictable showdown. On a low tree branch in the middle of the grassland, a leopard stays still, hidden in the leaves. Below, a herd of buffalo surrounds the tree, growling with alert after spotting the predator that tried to attack a calf. The leopard watches every movement, waiting for the smallest mistake. It knows one wrong move could end its life under those sharp horns. It leaps from the branch, dashes through the gap, and vanishes into the forest before any buffalo can react. The leopard silently approaches the buffalo herd, eyes locked on a lone calf at the edge. It crouches low, ready to strike. But before it can move, a small noise gives away its position. The herd instantly reacts, Adult buffalo charge forward, horns down, ready to fight. Caught off guard, the leopard panics and leaps onto a nearby tree. It quickly climbs high to escape the attack. Hiding in thick grass, the leopard watches a herd of buffalo grazing nearby. Its eyes lock onto a young calf standing alone at the edge. It waits for the right moment to move in. But as soon as it inches forward, it's spotted. Without hesitation, an adult buffalo charges straight at the predator with surprising speed. Caught off guard, the leopard jumps up and bolts into the bushes. The ambush fails in an instant. Next up is the ostrich, the largest bird on the planet, known for its long, powerful legs that can reach speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. Though flightless, the ostrich is a master of escape on the open savanna. However, even that kind of speed isn't always enough to outrun the cheetah, the fastest predator in the world. In breathless chases, the cheetah can accelerate in a flash, closing the gap in just seconds, turning young or slower ostriches into helpless prey. On the vast savanna, a cheetah suddenly bursts out from the tall grass, charging straight toward a group of ostriches busy foraging. Caught off guard, the entire flock panics and scatters, their long legs pumping frantically in all directions. Behind them, the cheetah stays locked in, chasing with terrifying speed, turning the hunt into a heart-pounding spectacle. Three cheetahs silently stalk through the grass, eyes locked on two unsuspecting ostriches busy feeding. Then, with slow and calculated steps, all three suddenly charge forward. One ostrich manages to escape just in time, but the other isn't so lucky. In a flash, the cheetahs close in, surrounding their target, dragging it down and tearing into it with powerful bites. Each cheetah attacks a different part of the ostrich's body, leaving it helpless and unable to fight back. It's a brutal end as the high-speed hunters finish the chase in a frenzy of bloodlust. Finally, there's the porcupine, a unique rodent covered in sharp quills. These quills act like natural armor, keeping most predators at bay. Even though it's slow and can't attack, the porcupine is a tough opponent thanks to its strong defense. In the wild, leopards often give up after trying to hunt one. Driven by curiosity and hunting skill, a leopard may still approach, aiming for the soft belly or side. But one well-timed tail swing can drive dozens of quills into the predator's face or paws. The pain forces the leopard to back off. This is one of the rare battles where the leopard usually doesn't win. The leopard quietly approaches a porcupine foraging in the desert. Curious but cautious, it lifts a paw, trying to test the strange animal's reaction. Right away, the porcupine raises its quills and fires a burst of sharp spines at the predator. A few strike the leopard's leg, making it jump back in pain. Seizing the moment, the porcupine turns and runs toward the forest, escaping the dangerous encounter. On the vast African savanna, wildebeests are relentless migrants, moving in huge herds to find water and food. They cross dry lands and face constant threats along the way. One of those threats is the leopard, A lone, fast, and patient predator. Leopards don't strike at random. They wait for the right moment, usually when a wildebeest is separated from the herd. Even though wildebeests are strong and quick, one slip can cost them everything. In this harsh land, where danger hides behind every bush, the battle between predator and prey never stops. And most of the time it's over in just a few seconds. Hidden in thick grass, the leopard watches a herd of wildebeests grazing ahead. It stays completely silent, body tense, waiting for the right moment to strike. Then, in a split second, it launches like an arrow. Sharp claws grab a young wildebeest standing near the edge of the herd. A loud cry echoes, and the herd panics, kicking up a storm of dust across the field. The leopard bites down on the prey's neck, giving it no chance to fight back. The hunt ends in just a few short seconds. From a shallow den, the leopard quietly creeps out, eyes locked on a young wildebeest nearby. Without making a sound, it crouches low and suddenly charges from behind. The calf panics, startled by the attack. But before the leopard can finish the strike, the mother spots it. She rushes in fast, head down, and drives her sharp horns straight at the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard backs off and quickly runs away. The hunt fails. Once again, a mother's instinct saves her calf from death. Hidden behind a rocky ledge, the leopard stays completely still. Its cold, sharp eyes track every step of a young wildebeest, unknowingly getting closer. It waits, patient and precise. As the calf walks past, the leopard strikes like lightning. In a split second, it lands a perfect pounce and grabs the prey in one clean move. No hesitation, no chance for the wildebeest to react. The ambush is fast, clean, and leaves no room for escape. Across the scorched savanna, a tense chase unfolds. The leopard sprints like a bullet, staying close behind a wildebeest trying to escape. In a split second, it leaps and brings the prey down hard. Wasting no time, the leopard bites into the wildebeest's neck, a fatal weak spot. The prey struggles in panic, but its strength fades quickly. Seconds later, it's over. The leopard wins. From a high tree branch, the leopard quietly watches the wildebeest herd below. Its eyes lock onto a lone calf that has wandered away. Sensing the moment, it jumps down and charges like lightning toward the target. But just as it gets ready to strike, a mother wildebeest suddenly charges in. Caught off guard by her fierce reaction, the leopard backs off. It leaps back into the tree and gives up the hunt. On a peaceful grassland, a herd of wildebeests grazes, unaware of the danger creeping closer. Not far away, a group of leopards silently moves in, each step quiet and careful. Once close enough, they all charge at once, launching a sudden attack. The wildebeests panic and scatter, but they're surrounded from all sides. The leopards move in sync, giving the prey no chance to escape. Despite its efforts to fight back, the wildebeest quickly tires and is brought down. The hunt ends and the prey becomes a meal for the entire leopard group. Across the vast plains of the African savanna, where every heartbeat can mean life or death, wildebeests stand as a symbol of endurance and resilience. Moving in herds by the thousands, they cross rivers and dry grasslands on a dangerous migration in search of fresh water and grazing land. But every step they take can fall into the sights of a silent predator hidden in the shadows. The leopard, with its sleek build and explosive speed, is an ever-present threat. While wildebeests are strong and quick to react, those that stray from the herd become perfect targets for this stealthy killer. It's a battle between stamina and stealth, between a prey's survival instincts and a hunter's deadly skill. On these plains, where danger hides behind every blade of grass, one moment of carelessness can cost a life. Hidden in the grass, the leopard keeps a close eye on a herd of wildebeest grazing just ahead. Silent and tense, every muscle in its body tightens as it waits for the perfect moment. Then suddenly, like a flash, it charges. In a heartbeat, its sharp claws grab hold of a young wildebeest near the edge of the herd. A panicked cry rings out. Chaos erupts as the herd scatters in a cloud of dust, desperate to escape. The leopard locks its jaws around the calf's neck, cutting off any chance of resistance. Into the scorching savanna sun, a heart-pounding chase unfolds. The leopard sprints like a missile, closing in fast on a wildebeest running for its life. In a flash, it launches a precise strike, slamming the prey to the ground. Wasting no time, the leopard sinks its teeth into the neck, a vital weak spot. The wildebeest thrashes in panic, but its strength fades quickly. The struggle ends. The leopard claims its victory. From a shallow den, the leopard silently emerges, eyes locked onto its target, a young, distracted wildebeest, not far away. Without a sound, it crouches low, then suddenly launches forward like an arrow, striking from behind and sending the calf into a panic. But in the blink of an eye, the mother senses danger. She charges in with incredible speed, head lowered, horns aimed straight at the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard leaps back and retreats. Once again, a mother's instinct proves stronger than the hunter's strike. From behind a dark, rocky ledge, the leopard lies in absolute silence. Its cold, sharp eyes track every movement of a young wildebeest drawing closer. It waits calm, patient, unhurried. Then the moment comes. As the young wildebeest runs past, the leopard explodes into action like a bolt of lightning. In a split second, it locks onto the target with a strike so precise there's no room for error. No struggle. No escape. Ambush fast, clean, and deadly effective. As a herd of wildebeest peacefully grazes across the open plains, danger lurks nearby. A group of leopards has been silently closing in, moving with deadly precision, not making a sound. Then, in a flash, they strike. The coordinated ambush sends the wildebeest into a panic, hooves pounding the ground in a desperate dash to escape. But this isn't a solo attack. The leopards work together, surrounding their target from every side. The wildebeest fights back with all its strength, but it's no match for the relentless grip of the hunters. In the end, it's taken down, becoming a feast for the entire leopard group. Hyenas, cunning and opportunistic predators, are among the most troublesome rivals on the African savanna. Living in tightly organized clans, they don't just hunt. They're notorious for stealing kills from other predators, especially cheetahs. The relationship between these two species has long been a tense showdown in the wild. While the cheetah is unmatched in speed, hyenas hold the upper hand in endurance, strength, and numbers. After using all its energy to take down prey like an antelope, a cheetah often has only a few short minutes to eat before a swarm of hyenas arrives like a storm. They circle, growl, and then boldly rush in to snatch the entire kill, forcing the cheetah to retreat just to survive. The clash between a lone hunter and a pack of relentless thieves is one of nature's most brutal realities, where speed, wit, and sheer bravery are tested every single moment. Under the scorching savanna sun, a cheetah lay panting beside the prey it had just brought down after an exhausting chase. But before it could enjoy the reward, danger struck. A group of hyenas suddenly appeared, quickly closing in with hungry eyes and menacing growls. They spread out, circling the cheetah, each step tightening the pressure as tension filled the air. Knowing it couldn't take on the aggressive pack alone, the cheetah hesitated only for a moment before making its choice. Despite the pain and regret, it was forced to retreat, leaving behind its hard-won kill to protect its life, not just for itself, but for its cubs hiding nearby. On the sun-scorched grassland, a mother cheetah suddenly spotted a pack of hyenas quietly closing in on the spot where her cubs were hiding. Without a second's hesitation, she burst out of the brush, growling in defiance and charging straight at the enemy to draw them away. Though clearly outmatched in both strength and numbers, the mother cheetah did not back down. She kept lunging, dodging, and striking back, ignoring the sharp claws and vicious teeth surrounding her. Each attack was a desperate move, but driven by the powerful instinct of a mother. Bleeding and exhausted, she still stood her ground. This battle wasn't for food. It was to save the trembling lives behind her. In the harsh wild, a mother's love is the fiercest and final shield. On the windy savanna, a group of cheetah cubs lay resting near a patch of grass, completely unaware of the danger lurking nearby. From a distance, a clever pack of hyenas had spotted them. They quickly spread out, surrounding the area from multiple directions in preparation for a surprise attack. Faint sounds in the grass and unfamiliar scents carried by the wind put the mother cheetah on high alert. Sensing the danger closing in, she didn't hesitate. With a warning growl, she charged straight toward the hyenas, ignoring the odds. With absolute bravery, she did everything to distract the enemy, trying to keep them at a safe distance to buy time for her cubs to escape. In a world where strength and weakness decide survival, a mother's love becomes an extraordinary force, stronger than teeth, claws, or numbers. We just witnessed some unbelievable leopard attacks. If you're into wild nature stories and want to see more epic survival battles, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any part of this amazing wildlife journey.